Rise and grind. Hey, we're doing it. We're doing it big. Rise and grind. Egg Hunt the ninth. He is that. No, wait, no, that was a different one. He should know better. That's the motto. That's how's everybody doing? We're just getting started over here. I gotta tread lightly. I gotta travel carefully. I'm a fragile egg, you understand. I came back this way because I hate to say, hey, child supportful, what's going on? I hate to say that I'm making this run just because I got crush bone belts, but I honestly can't think of a better reason that I'm running right now. I think that's the reason. I'm running because this is the run I started last night, and then I had to stop. I made it as far as the butcher block zone line, and that was the end of the run for last night. You know, quit while I'm ahead, and look at how ahead I am. Level 13, a good chunk in. We're getting there. We're getting there, slowly but surely. There's this goblin highway I'm running down. Let me act accordingly. Get off the main path. That's where so many of my runs have ended, right on this stretch. It's the sow speed goblin will kill you at level 6 or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm level 13 now. Maybe I can handle just one little sow speed goblin, but if all I gotta do is get off the path, let's just get off the path. I don't need no sow goblin in my life right now. Alright. I'm not full HP. I'm not gonna pull anything crazy right now. I'm just gonna keep running. I want to turn in these crush bone belts because I need money, right? I got a plan. This is 27 plat worth of coin on me, right? Almost 28. I only need 29 for what I'm doing. So I figured, let me get these crush bone belts out of the inventory. That'll get me the plat I need. And then we can enter the next phase of this stream, whatever that happens to be, in style. Let's see here. 8 belts. 12 bone chips. It ain't much, but it's honest work. I'm like, maybe I'll be lucky if I fill up this first bubble, which you say you're already more than halfway through the first bubble. Yeah, that's how much this falls off the crush bone belt turn in, you know? Can only get but so far. But I'll take it. I'll take what I could get. Alright. This stretch here, I feel like all these goblins are high level, right? These are like, let's see if I can con one. Still red, yeah. High level gobs over there. Don't want to mess with them. But let's see. How's everybody doing this morning? This fine early Thursday morning. And it is. It's early. Sun's not even up. It's not even 6 a.m. yet. I actually jumped in a couple minutes even early for me. I just couldn't stay away. Early bird gets the worm. And the worm, in this case, is going to be these crush bone belts. I'm going to turn them in early. And, yeah. That'd be great. Ooh, Skelly. You know, I love killing those Skellies. Alright, tumble into Kaladin. Ready for action. I already got my dual wield skill. I don't have any weapons to dual wield with yet, though. Not even rusty one-handers. That's how bad I'm slacking on this. It's all good. guy I'm looking for is downstairs. Last room on the right, I think. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Alright, I'm gonna give him... I'm gonna turn the volume way down for this because I don't want to blast your eardrums out, especially this early in the morning. Turn it down so much. I think it's still loud on my end. Yeah, I did finish off that bubble. Let's turn that back up. Rising and grinding over here. It's so true. How you doing, Conscript X? You get any good XP last night, or you just getting started too? See, I seen you on the list. There you are. Looks good. Rip through all this stuff. I wanted the coin. That's why we're here. Just starting nice. One gold, 4 silver for the shirt. Not that good. But I made the run anyway. Let's see here. Thinking. A small box weigh. 2 pounds. What's a backpack weigh? 3 pounds. So the small box is maybe better for me right now. I wish this guy sold a halberd so I didn't have to run all the way to freaking Felwith for it, but I guess you gotta go to Felwith if you want a halberd. It's worth it. He doesn't sell a scimitar either, huh? Right, the box size is limited, but at least I can fit my food and band-aids and stuff, so it's I'm rolling with it for now. Let's see here though. 27 and a half. 28, 29, 30, 31 plat. If I need 29 plat, that gives me 2 plat left over. Is that enough for a short sword? Yeah. I'm gonna buy a short sword so I have something to use in conjunction with my shield. It's not great, you know, nothing special to use with my shield, but I think I should still be able to accomplish my mission over here, which is get the halberd. Let's go. I came here to turn in crush bone belts and chew bubble gum, and I am all out of crush bone belts and bubble gum. So let's just go. Anybody like that? They Live? I love that movie. First time I saw it was very quickly followed by the second time I saw it. I actually watched it back to back. I just started it over after I finished. I said, that was crazy. I need to see this again. I don't think I've ever in my life watched a movie twice back to back. I don't think. You know what I mean? Even if I only had one movie, I would still probably just turn it off after. But They Live? They got me to watch it twice. Alright. Alright. Back on the road. 3 p.m. I'm not waiting around for bandits. They're just too low level now. I'm too high level. That's the problem. And yeah, I guess if I'm right here by the vendors, might as well kill a couple little things that might drop me some money. Nope. I gotta work on my one-hand slash skill in a big way, though, too. Nothing. Wow. Where was I? I said something about on the road again. So let's do it. I did finish off that bubble. Getting there. 29 plat is my goal. I mean, I should be right about 29 plat. If I got to sell my rusty to make the difference, hopefully that's all it takes. I'm cutting it close, though. That's why I'm killing a couple easy things on the way. Because, yeah. Cutting it real close right now, money-wise. Like, I forget the exact cost of the halberd. I should know. Because this is not... I should know better. Right, this is not my first rodeo over here. An egg hunt arena. Whatever. I gotta kill a couple bandits. Kill a couple bandits. I'd really like to see like a giant scarab on the way. You know, that would be like the perfect little something to kill. Give me a little XP, maybe a little money when I sell the shell or whatever.
X Poop Slinger X rated your channel with 10 viewers.
Hey, appreciate you. Rise and grind, buddy. I'm just getting started over here. How was your stream? I'm guessing it's not rise and grind for you. It's probably the opposite. Probably like a wind down and go to bed. But over here, we're just getting started. Playing for a couple hours before I gotta go in for the day. And it's, as you see, Egg Hunt the 9th. You should know better. The hardcore, solo, self-found, Dwarf Warrior. Always live on the PvP server. So, you know, things get a little hectic, a little spicy, a little, unpredictable. Best I can do is just keep my head on a swivel and just keep rolling on, you know? Egg rolling. It's a good look. But thank you for that raid. I appreciate you. This is a reasonably safe opponent. I'm looking for money. There we go. That should get me there. I'm like so close to my goal, which is store-bought halberd. I'm on my way to go buy it. And I'm kind of afraid I'm going to get there. It'd be like 2 coppers short. You know what I mean? Hey, Grendel, what's going on? Good to see ya. We're just getting started over here. A green bazzy. I don't know if I want to mess with any basilisks right now. Just a little high risk. You get stunned up by one of those things and you're cooked. Right, dropped out of school at a young age before I could complete paladin training. So I'm just a warrior. I don't think so. I think Grindel, I think this is the one I've been rolling with for a little bit now. Egg Hunt the 9th. He should know better. That's what we're calling me. Egg Hunt the 7th. Made it to level 13. Had his run ended. Right at this approaching zone line. A magician caught me fighting a Drake. Rooted me in place with the earth pet, and I couldn't do nothing. I was cooked right there. Hard boiled. Scrambled. Nah, nothing recent. We're still going. It feels so good. This time, I got a good feeling about it. Yonder Wiley, what's going on, dude? Cheers. Alright, let's see if I can make this journey into Felwith. Don't tell my ops where I'm going, alright? This is a very important that I move in silence on this. You know what I mean? You gotta be unpredictable. PvP server, after all. They start knowing what you're doing, planning your next moves. They're gonna be there before you are. Can't have that. Can't have that. We're just gonna quietly do a little gymnastics, a little floor routine, you know, tumble our way down all the way. All the way. I do have a shiny brass shield. You see this thing? You know this shiny brass shield might have saved my life last night? I logged in for a little quick. I can't stay away. You know what I mean? I get a little time on my hands, and I'm like, you know what? we're doing the egg hunt thing real quick, real quick. And I logged on egg hunt. I was doing the egg hunt thing real quick, and I got jumped. It is the trainer shield. I got it last night. I dove back in for a little, you know, reprisal, and got it. And then I was running to go to Crushbone or to Caledon to hand in all those Crushbone belts because I'm done with them. As you saw, 10 belts gave me a quarter of a bubble, maybe a little more. And it's just like, I don't know if that's worth my bag space anymore. Now I no longer need to fear Earth Pets. Well, I should probably still fear them a little bit, but it'll help. It'll help. And it also helped, I'd like to think anyway, it helped against that Ranger that jumped me last night too. So I'm running. I know somebody's in the zone. I saw they just entered the zone. I knew somebody was in my level range. So I had a good feeling the person that just entered the zone was going to be in my level range. And they happen to be popping out a butcher block right as I'm approaching butcher block. Now, Rangers can track, so I'm not surprised he went the right direction to find me. It was a little, you know, I was coming from the south. I thought that might throw off, you know, a magician, but it didn't trick a Ranger. Anyway, he jumps me, roots me. I threw on the shield like right away. I didn't even have a one-hand weapon, so I'm just there, no sword and board, just bored. And you know, I did get rooted. I did get snared, but neither one of them lasted very long, and I'd like to think the shield helped me resist further attempts. I don't remember. It was all happening so quick. You know what I mean? It was scary, you guys. I was so scared. Just bored, you know? I had to do what I had to do. I'm min-maxing over here. Min-maxing the magic resist up to big bad 46 when you get the board equipped. That's it ain't much, but it's honest work. It is a huge light source, which some people like. Me, not so much. I'm more of like a hiding in the shadows type guy. But I'll take what I can get for this stat. The stats I need. But anyway, we're almost there. Almost to the promised land of Felwith. They got a halberd. I've been window shopping it for a while now. I keep looking, being like, ooh, if I had more plat, I'd go get that. But guess what? I'm pretty sure I got the plat now. If not, I'm very close. Close enough that I'll sell my arrows if I have to. I don't want to, but do it. Anyways, let's see here. Tumble into action. Crushbone was starting to get a little too easy. I could do the trainer, right? But if the trainer's not up, and the placeholder might just be green. And actually, come to think of it, the trainer respawned as an even con, and I was not able to kill it. It was too hard, and I bailed. I bailed early, but that was just because I didn't want to lose too much HP and have to med again. All right, 29.9. It's almost 30 plat. Call that 30 plat. Oh, boy. I got to pull out the calculator here. I don't want to make the mistake I made last time. Sell my weapon before I can afford it. $29.2 what I'm at. So I need 7.5 gold here. Here's almost 3. Alright, well I could sell the bronze hammer. I don't want... I guess I sell this thing. 2 plus 3... is that enough for me? What was I looking at? 5 plus 2, 7... Yeah, this will do it. I'll sell this. I'll sell this. Egg math. This is egg... We got it. We got there. Barely. Barely got there, but we're there. Ooh, somebody sold a fire beetle eye to this vendor. If anybody's trying to do the druid thing on this continent, that's kind of huge. That's kind of like a blessing. You know, you don't got to go all the way to Freeport and farm that right now. Anyways, we got the halberd. I would go buy some arrows, but I'm like big broke right now. Oh shit, I forgot about the... Oh, we'll buy a couple arrows then. I forgot I had a whole spider silk over here. Yep. If I have one more copper, I'd buy one more arrow, but it is what it is. Egg math. Alright. On the road again. This time, I'm serious. Look at this. 14 damage, 50 to... It's such a huge upgrade to the Rusty. It's like kind of crazy. I'm going to be hitting harder. I'm going to be hitting faster. I mean, the style remains the same. But just in general. Yeah. Oh my god. I can't even look at the Rusty right now to compare, but just trust me on it. If you didn't see the Rusty's stats, they're not good. They're really... It's not a great weapon. It's just the best I've managed to find. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is head back to the zone line, back to the scene of the crime. You know what I mean? So many crimes have happened at the zone line, and yet I keep returning to the scene. And it's kind of... It's because it's like actually a decent spot for me. You know what I mean? I can kill drakes, I can kill basilisks, I can kill pretty much everything I see over there. If I see Zarchumi, I might have to book it. But everything else is well within my capabilities. I think. You know? Pretty much everything. I don't know what else I can see there. That might be tough, but... The drakes, they could be a little dicey. You know, they nuke for like 20, 22 damage. I've seen both. They hit decently hard. They have some HP to them. But they're usually dark blue to me, which means it's like kind of ideal. You know, you get it. You know what it is. I'm playing a solo warrior over here. I gotta pick my battles carefully. And I gotta, when I find something that works, I gotta keep hitting it because there's not so many options for me as a solo, self-found, hardcore struggle quester, right? I keep calling it struggle quest for short, but then I go on to explain what it is, so it's not short at all. But who knows? Maybe one day I won't need to explain. Everyone will be like, oh, struggle quest? Of course, I know what struggle quest means. Anyways, I've been going live on TikTok every day. And if you're not into the vertical feed, you know what I mean? You don't like chopping off the left, chopping off the right, and just watching the middle. Well, you could watch me on YouTube, full screen. Whenever I'm live on TikTok, I'm also on YouTube. And I'm a little slower on the chat on YouTube. There's a lot going on when you're streaming Struggle Quest, right? You gotta struggle. You gotta keep your head on a swivel, and then you're trying to chat. And now you got two chats. Oh god, it gets crazy. So sometimes if I'm slow on the YouTube responses, I'm sorry, but I'm working on it. I want to get a second monitor. To be honest, I think that would be my that'd be a huge improvement for my quality of life streaming. You know what I mean? That's my goal. I think I'm gonna pick one up. Maybe next time the Twitch check comes through. You know. See what I can find. Alright, here we are. Like I said, the scene of the crime. So many crimes have been seen right there. Back to the I haven't gone in a while because it's like all casters right now. It's so ugly. It's such an ugly scene over there. Like I might be able to kill it, like a rook or a bishop or whatever, but I'm just so the stakes are so high. I'm afraid I'm gonna get snared. I'm gonna get blinded or rooted or some stupid shit, and it's gonna end my run. I'm a little spooked. I'm a little scared, but I might try it. I might get desperate enough. Nuked me for 20. So this seems to be like a lower level Drake. I feel like if they're hitting for 22 on the nuke, it's probably the higher end. I could be wrong though. It could be unrelated, but it's probably related. Oh yeah, you see my 28-point hit? That's big. Slapping them. Alright, if it turns and runs, I'm putting my sword on because I need those skill ups. Like, in a bad way. Just a nice little one-hand slash skill up would be just super. I could work on bash while I'm at it too. Nice XP. And it went well, it went smooth. I gotta refill this. I'm about to drink empty mug over here. That won't do. Another Emerald Drake. This one is also blue. Bunch of Emerald Drakes over there. This one hit me for 22. With the nuke. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the sign. That's the sign it's a higher one. Finally capping two-hand slash skill. About time. I'm soloing better than you are. It's this halberd. You know what I mean? I got a nice little power jump there. It really helped me out. Really got me, There's a local tire company. Or, you know, rims. Not just tires. Tires plus wheels. Actually, I think that was the name of it. And they would always say, we get you on and popping. I'm on and popping over here. I don't have this problem called mana, right? I can't comprehend such a concept. A little highbrow. I'm just a simple egg, you see. One hand slash, 33. It's happening. Nice crit. Ooh, look at that. It ain't, it doesn't do anything, but I'll take it. A little earring. Yar. Alright, so 30% in. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. Let me refill my coffee. Keep an eye on this egg for me, all right? This is a sketchy spot. The scene of the crime, I keep calling it. I'll be right back, real quick. I'm back. What'd I miss? Just a little HP regeneration? Ah, you know what? That's fine. I can... You can just tell me how it went. So you notice, I was saying before, the Drake seemed to have a little level range to them. They either nuke you for 20 or 22. The one that nuked me for 20 barely did 10% damage to me through the whole fight. The one that nuked me for 22 did about 40% damage to me through the fight. You know, is that a coincidence? I don't know. I feel like there's some correlation there. I feel like the higher level ones nuke harder and are also harder to kill and deal more. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's rocket surgery. But anyway, I'm gonna stay safe. I'm gonna get the HP all the way up. Conscript X brings up an excellent point. I'm so close to setting a new milestone for this family's legacy. It's true. It's true. Egghunt the Ninth, he should know better, is currently tied for highest level reached by any solo egg hunt, right? Egg Hunt Senior may have reached a higher level, but that was group found. That's a whole different animal. Still difficult. Made it to 17, and then I died soloing. You know, I should have stuck with the group, you know? But the future generations of egg hunting, they've been struggling alone. They got to face this journey alone. Hey, Splendid Genesis, good morning. Cheers. We're just getting started over here. I got my coffee in hand. I'm ready for action over here. You know, good action, not bad action that I don't want. I want the good action that I do want. Something like another Drake. As soon as my HP's full. Cutting corners, gonna have a bad time, you know? Pizza when you should have French fried, you're gonna have a bad time. I'm gonna just be patient. It's not my strongest suit. I've never been the most patient in this game. Sometimes I get a little antsy. 50 HP. We're talking 25 ticks. It's like a little under 3 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes. We'll sit here for 2 more minutes because by the time I finish calculating it, some time passed. So it's like 2 minutes of sitting. Just goes to show you, if you get your HP too low, you're sitting for a long time. So I'm trying to avoid that. If you get your HP even lower than that, it's time for a new run. But I'm just going to try to keep the HP high. Start high, finish high. $26, that's 13 ticks. Barely over a minute. All right, and what you can do is sit just on the ticks, right? If you didn't know this. See my HP? It's tough on P99 because it bounces around. But see, it went to 386. And if I sit again, it'll go 388. Yeah. I'm getting the full sit regen, even though I'm running around in between. This is sweaty. This is a sweaty technique. You're doing this, you're sweaty. It's more effective on a caster because you're meditating, you're getting your mana back. But hey, every little bit helps when you're struggling. Right? They don't show you your mana count, but they tell you how much it costs in the description. I know, it's like, thanks. You can kind of like estimate it if you use that, but yeah, it's a little funny. Upper hand, huh? This is a dark green. Let's get a little easy goblin XP. Making easy XP, killing goblins in style. That other one's reasonably safe. Less exciting. I got the one-hander equipped. I think I'm gonna rock with it for now. Let's see how it goes. I get a skill up. EQ teaching us math before we knew it was useful. Yeah, Mavis Beacon ain't got shit on this game either. I learned how to type with it. Dual wield 14? But I'm wearing a shield. I'm not dual wielding anything. Huh? It's so weird. I didn't know that was a possibility here. If a spell costs 300 mana and drains 80% of your mana bar, what's your total mana? Solve for X. It's fun. But yeah, I couldn't type. It would stress. Honestly, typing class was like causing me a lot of stress because I had never done bad in school before, and typing class, it's no matter how hard I tried. Dual wield skill up with a shield is so freaking weird. I know the taunt, but I know. I'm gonna get rid of it at some point because it is. I can't think of a single scenario where I would want to taunt something. But just because I can't think of it doesn't mean it would never happen. So I've been working it. There must be a situation where I'm gonna wish I had a skilled up taunt. Gives me something to hit. But yeah, at some point it's coming off the bar. It's just not doing enough for me. All right. Wow, that's awesome, actually. Conscript X says that in EQ2 it would make the player target you. They could only target you for the duration. That's pretty effective. We don't have anything like that in for here. Best we got is make them tunnel vision you, you know? It's a little more abstract of a concept, you know? It's not doesn't have a set duration. You can't just hit a button and activate it, but when you get it to happen, oh, it's beautiful. Taunt in EQ1 is shout. Yeah. Some people just really want to hit certain other people, and they don't pay. The whole rest of the world disappears when they have that opportunity, right? I think we've seen that. I think Egg Hunt has that effect on some gnomes. You know what I mean? There was a gnome who we've seen kind of hone in on the egg, even against his own well-being a couple times, right? He got killed by the guards. He got killed by an orc. He almost got killed by me. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a little tunnel vision involved in that. You can't, you know what I mean? You're not making those decisions if you got a full picture of the the whole world, at least in my opinion. There's the bash. I was gonna say, does my bash key even work? Anyways, talking about gnomes over here. I better watch my ass. I'm gonna find out what gnomes are all about again. All right, XP is moving though. HP staying high. Keep it good. Egg versus gnome. I mean, honestly, it's generational. It's a generational rivalry at this point. Those bloodthirsty gnomes. But honestly, if you tally them all up, you put them all in one. You put gnomes on one side of the scales and everything else on the other side. I think everything else has finally passed out gnomes. You know what I mean? But that's still a lot of gnomes to be close. Yeah, I mean, maybe of that first one, but there's other ones too. So we've seen a human magician, we've seen a erudite wizard, we've seen a wood elf druid. I'm not druid, ranger last night. We've seen a couple gnomes. Yeah, granted, I'm in CT actually, so right around there. I'm in central CT though, so it's like if I wanted to go into the city, it would take me a little bit of travel. If I need backup, there's a bash symbol. Yeah. I mean, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. I love CT. Beautiful state. It's tiny. People say it's a drive-through state, but you're missing out. Making sure your radar's still active. Oh, hey, spot on, I'd say. Spot on. You know what I mean? All right. How about this thing? Ooh, these are tough. I wonder if I'm better off using the shield against it to try to resist some shit, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I think it does actually have some range to its stun, so kiting this with the bow is not necessarily effective. He's gonna go for big chops. Big chops with the big halberd. Big chop, big chop. Oh, oh, oh! I stuck around for 2 swings. Mm. Conscript, you're impressed? Good, good. I was looking for a challenge. I've played this game for a long time. How did I split trainer? Honestly, lucky spawns. A couple orcs were lower level of the two. But I think that might have been me that made that happen, because I was just kind of splitting them with random luck, I guess. You pull them to the zone line, you hope something turns around and leaves before the other thing. And honestly, Trainer Hill, I'd say, is a pretty easy camp to split like that, because they come down the hill in a kind of random way. You'll see them go one way, you'll see them go another way. They're not always consistent with it. They don't all always take the same path, and you know, you're right there by the zone line. Straight shot to get out. And because they take such a weird path, you're not really in any danger of getting hit. I would say you get the bow first, right? Once you have the bow, that's an easy split. You just keep zoning out until you get lucky. You know, it even works for the bandit camp in GFA. It's a little further from the zone line. You're running a bit more, but it's worth a shot. Basilisks are always bad. And the drakes, yeah, I mean, this is a bad spot for you then. This is everything you hate in one spot. The Drake, I think I'd rather fight a Drake than a Basilisk right now, because as seen, Basilisk stun, it just lasts so long. And the longest I've been stunned by it on Egg Hunt was a triple. It hit me, and before it wore off, it hit me again, and before that one wore off, it hit me again. So I was stunned for like a long time. And then I ran to the guards. I was like, I'm out of here. Right. Oh, if those things were aggressive, I don't know if I would ever get level 13 on an egg hunt. You know what I mean? So much of my leveling has happened in the presence of basilisks, right? If they were aggressive, like Petrofin or the one in Lower Guck, oh, I'd be cooked. The lower, so do you know there's 2 basilisks in Lower Guck? Sometimes. There's the one by the live side zone line, right? Ironically, the first thing you see at the live side zone line on this server is a dead frog, right? You know you're at live side when you see a dead frog first. When you're at dead side, you see a live frog. You see 3 live frogs first. Anyway, live side, you kill the dead frog or get past it, whatever. The next thing you see is a basilisk, and it's another, it's aggressive. But that's not the problem, basilisk. That one is predictable. You know he's there. Charm Basilisk on your druid. Yeah, I mean it's great till it's not, right? It's very effective against possibly yourself even. But the problem Basilisk, I used to call this one the Harbinger of Doom, because it was always a disaster when this thing came. And we finally figured it out. Chilogan clued me in. I had never made the connection that you see the Harbinger of Doom after you kill the Lord. the Ghoul Lord. Once you kill the Ghoul Lord, it seems to be about a 1 in 4 chance to spawn a basilisk on dead side that walks around, does this big loop through like all the named camps on dead side, at least in the basement. It's really scary because it'll break your invis on dead, and it'll, you know, run up on you when you're in somewhere you think is safe. You'll be in like AM hallway medding and start getting attacked. It's like, what? Yeah, the basilisk's scary. Grandal, yeah. You're like, why haven't I been doing this the whole time? Then you find out exactly why. Alright. So I was gonna keep my HP high, and look at me. I'm getting a little antsy, I'm getting a little excited. I wanna go kill some stuff. Visit Crushbone, oh yeah. You went to the trainer camp on Quorum release yonder, Wiley? Yeah. Sounds like maybe you fixed the bug. Because that's a lot of hours to not get the shield, but who knows? Maybe it was working as intended and you just didn't get very lucky / extremely unlucky, you know? That can happen too. What's my HP at? 3 ticks. Like not even 20 seconds. I can sit for 20 seconds, I swear. I swear. Fruit Sign quest. You gotta kill Emperor Crush. Oh shit. 12 damage. That's another 6. That's 36 more seconds I gotta sit. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, butt crack. The price I pay for full HP. Right. Exactly. I gotta be patient here. Especially I look at the numbers and I know how much I need. Right? That's like 14 more. 12 more. That's 6 ticks. That's 36 seconds, right? A tick is 6 seconds or what? I count to 5 slowly. And I can time out the ticks in my head. You know, that's how I get sweaty with the sitting. But yeah, 6 seconds sounds more correct. So, you know, 36 seconds from whenever I started yapping about it, we're pretty much there now. Pretty much there now. Full HP. Full HP. And Zarchumi could be walking these hills out here, so I gotta be careful. Can't be all willy-nilly fighting out there. Plus, if anything pops off, I want to be... you know, you always got to keep your emergency exit in mind, right? This isn't just an EverQuest PvP tip. This is a general real-life thing, right? Like, they always tell you. It's a good practice, because if an emergency pops off, you don't want to be figuring out at that point how to get out. You want to be heading straight for the exit. I remember, so I used to work at Amazon in a fulfillment center. I've worked in a whole bunch of fulfillment centers, to be honest. I've been around the Amazon block. I was even a trainer. But anyway, I remember, you know, being me, scoping out where the exits are, and they were very predictable, right? They were all like, it's a big rectangular, like a huge rectangle. The whole place is just a rectangle. So you know what I mean? The exits are like certain, you know, you got to keep in mind where the exterior wall is. Where's your closest wall? Anyway, whenever the fire alarm would go off at Amazon, I swear everybody would just go to the front, like, and I'd be sometimes like trying to tell people and help people, like, hey, the door's this way. You know what I mean? There's a door like right here, 20 feet from us, and they're walking like the 3/4 of a mile back to the front entrance. All like 95% of the people will just like walk to the front entrance that they came through, no matter where the closest emergency exit is. Like, that always baffled me. You know what I mean? Like, you're really just that unaware of where the exits are? Like, did you pay no attention during orientation? Like, what's going on here? As somebody who worked at Amazon, I'm always amazed anything makes it to its destination. You know what I mean? It's craziness. Just let him get engulfed in fire next time. I mean, it's sad because it's happened. I mean, not with fire. There was a tornado, and some Amazonians lost their lives in the pursuit of, making rate and not having time off task. Like I think it was their management made the call to just keep working, even though there's a tornado coming. So I don't know if it's really a relevant comparison right now, but that's horrible. That's a horrible fate. I would never wish that upon anyone. To lose your life at work. Um, Especially something that they could have, like, perhaps. I'm not saying they could prevent it, like prevent a tornado, but like you know what I mean, like properly evacuate when you're in the path. I don't know. That was a couple of years ago. I haven't been up to date on what goes on ever since I shouldn't even talk shit right now. I'm on their website, right? Twitch is one of. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'll play ball. I'll play ball. I miss when they were just a bookstore. Remember that? And CDs and DVDs and stuff. Like that was, or at least that's what I would use it for. It gave me like warm fuzzy feeling. And they were very good at getting me to spend money with that, like the little bundles at the bottom. Like, people who got this also got this. I'd be buying like some CD I wanted, and then they showed me some other CD, and I'd be like, oh shit. And then they'd show me a third CD and be like, oh, if you buy all these, we'll give you 10% off the whole. And it's like, now you're talking. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, you're spending your whole paycheck on some CDs and books. You know what I mean? Yeah, he should be thanking me. So I did pull without full HP. That was it was a choice. A choice. Resisted the stone breath. But no, how else will I raise bandage? That's true. Bandage has been a tough one for me because I've been playing so safe. Right? Let's trust in this new wep. If I was the sweatiest ever, I'd be switching the halberd off and putting the shield on for this run, and then putting the halberd back on and hitting them. Right? That would be the sweatiest thing I could possibly do, I think, to try to extra resist. If I win, I need to name the halberd. Good idea. Butt poker. That is a good name for it. I like that. Grandal, I like the way you think. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Right. Big chop right here. Big chop. Oh my goodness. Give it a big chop. And 20 years of Zach? Hell yeah. There's the big chop we need. Yeah, honestly, not bad at all. I'm into it. All right, 104 HP. Let's do the math on this. Let's see if this is something that I'm better off walking away. shutting my mouth and walking away and coming back. Or is this something we can sit and wait? We're down to 100 HP, let's call it. 100 divided by 2, 50 HP, times 6 seconds, 300 seconds, divided by 60, 5 minutes. I'm gonna walk away for 5 minutes. I'm gonna run an ad break so we have less ads when we get back, alright? Bear with me. We're just getting started over here, right? Rise and grind, Thursday morning. You know it's a tradition. Hey, Monday mornings too. I love it. I can't stay away. What'd I miss? Some regeneration? You know what? I've seen enough. Alright, a dark green scarab. This should be easy. Yeah, I thought, the most interesting one to me was that human magician that came the other, was it morning or night? I don't even remember at this point. All these moments are blending together. Now, I don't know if he was stream sniping or just stumbled upon me, or there's always the option that people just do a who all, see me in whatever zone and come to that zone, right? I always give the benefit of the doubt. When I get attacked, I'm like, it might not be a stream sniper. I don't know if this guy was stream sniping, but the most interesting one to me was that one because of his guild tag, right? He's wearing an ancient tag, and he's trying to paint a picture with that tag, right? The tag said no res necessary. That was the hardcore guild, right? They weren't playing struggle quests though, because PvP didn't count. And PvP means if there's another player in the zone and if I got killed by the scarab right now and there was another player in the zone, well, guess what? That's PvP, you know, because I made some decisions that I wouldn't have made because if there wasn't another player, so it doesn't count. The sun was in my eyes. It doesn't. Anyway, I as you see, I don't really have too much. I don't hold their accomplishments too highly because I've seen it. I've seen them doing a lot of hardcore corpse running. You know what I mean? But anyway, this was like years ago. So it's somebody with that guild tag. So they're trying, you know what I mean? I see what they're up to. They wanted to get that kill shot and have the yellow text say, a no res necessary player killed Egg Hunt. So that the whole server would go, oh, you know, hardcore versus hardcore. Oh, the dude had gear. The dude was, I don't want to say twinked up. His robe didn't look too impressive, but he had some stuff that looked a little out of his reach. And he definitely had buffs because or at least a shit ton of HP gear. I didn't inspect him. I never do. You've seen the cracked staff. I know, that's what I'm saying. Maybe some of the stuff was within his reach. I seen a cracked staff too. Unless it was a J-Man. You never know. That might have been a J-Man. Back-to-back crits. I didn't even clock that. Ooh. But anyway, they at least had some buffs because if you watch that vid and watch their HP, yeah, I didn't really crack them too hard. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't getting no back-to-back crits on this guy, but his HP did not move. I dealt 10 damage and dealt like not even 1%. I don't think, maybe 1%. You can watch his HP. It barely moves. I barely scratch him, and then I hit him again for even more. It's not in the clip of the day. You would have to watch the full footage. There's a couple more rounds, you know, it's because he zoned. I waited for him to come back in after I zoned out to clear the trainer aggro. I zoned back in because I'm pretty sure he was in the middle of summoning his pet, and I didn't want to, you know, have a repeat of that. Zoned back over. He meted to full or something. I don't know. Comes back in a while later, and that's when I'm hitting him again, and I see that's when I really see his HP is not moving. I'm looking for it this time. And yeah, his HP's not moving, so I just get out of there. Like, I'm not winning this. I'm not killing something with more gear than me, more HP than me, a pet that can root me. When I was already like 60% or something. It was like a bad scene. I was fighting the trainer and I got rooted, so my HP got tore up real quick. But anyways, could I have maybe tried peace? Could I have given peace a chance? Sure. I've dabbled in pacifism once. Not in Nam, of course. Shmoo Night, what's going on? We're just getting started over here. Rise and Grind. Thursday morning tradition is now extended to Monday mornings because guess what? I love Mondays. And EverQuest brings me a lot of enjoyment. So why not? Why not enjoy a little EverQuest? Bright and early on a Monday morning, which you may notice gives us a nice little start to the week, right? You go straight from the Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest, right, to a Rise and Grind Monday morning. And then, unless there's any outside forces at play, a Tuesday right after that. Now this week, obviously, Tuesday I postponed the stream till Wednesday. I had just had a couple wisdom teeth pulled Tuesday afternoon, and I was still gonna stream, but when it was still bleeding, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't make it happen. I was like kind of a little miserable Tuesday evening. I'm not even gonna lie. Probably because I missed the stream. Had nothing to do with the wisdom teeth. I'm sure it's just because I was missing hanging out with all you in the chat on a Tuesday afternoon. It feels so good. I like Tuesdays. So anyway, we did Tuesday on a Wednesday yesterday, and I think it was fun. I was playing the Royal Writ, which is what it's actually called. I kept calling it Writ of the King, and it's not what it was called. It's fun. It's a roguelike deck builder, but more emphasis on kind of placing your cards, less emphasis on building the deck, I would say. In a similar way to like Nine Kings. You like that one, Shmona? Yeah, I'm liking it. It was my second stream playing it. I got blocked by the chess piece. It was my second stream playing it. I don't want ads on this shit. And this time I beat a challenge run, right? Where I had to accompany the king. I'm pretty sure I beat that one. Yeah. Oh, I crushed it, actually, looking back. On the second try. First try, I was presented with the opportunity to trade all my strength cards for those nuns or something like that. The nun of whatever. And anyway, I'm like, what's a strength card? It better not be the blue numbers, because I only have the one, because the challenge I was doing, you only have the king. He's the only blue number you can have, and you only get one of him. And anyway, it turns out that's what a strength card means. So I traded away my king, aka my win condition, because you multiply blue by red. And I went from having a single blue number to multiply to having a 0 in that space, like for the rest of the run. It's like that's run over. I ruined it in one click, but live and learn. You know what I mean? I had to try it. And I think we got some repops of drakes and stuff over here. It was kind of hot and sunny yesterday. I think it's going to be a little cooler today. I got to check the weather. Nothing good comes from any interaction with I should have known better. Right. The opportunities, they all seem to be a double-edged sword. I say this after seeing 2 of them. That's a really bold claim to make. I don't know shit, really. But, that one had that drawback, right? Which, I mean, in a normal run where you can get more blue number cards after the fact, maybe you want those nuns. The nuns are good if you're broke, and part of the opportunity is a clear double edge of a sword. It sets your gold to like -500 or something like that. That helps power your nuns probably for the rest of the game at the cost of, not really having gold for the rest of the game. Are you into that sort of thing? The one I took that was actually successful for me, but then I turned it down during the challenge run with the king was I forget exactly what it was called, but it was some opportunity to get this magistrate character card, which would help educate your cards. It says, do not be alarmed when you accept this opportunity. I thought that was weird. I thought that was a weird note in the description of what the opportunity was. It said something about you get this magistrate, all your cards become educated, and I forget what the other one was. Some little, maybe you got like you can have an extra card in your deck or something. The card deck size +1, something, whatever it was. Some minor bonus. So it's like, oh, let's try it out. I don't know what education is. There's no way to check it. Oh, that's one of the things. Maybe there is in the full glossary or whatever, but like I couldn't hover over the word education. The pop-up would disappear before I could get my mouse over it. And yeah, it says everything's educated now. Great. I don't know what education is. Yeah, I know. Out of context, that's kind of hilarious. Well, anyway, it said don't be alarmed. And my first reaction was to immediately be alarmed when I realized education is a times -1 multiplier to your character card. So all of them just got educated, which luckily a negative times a negative is a positive. So that's why it's like, don't be alarmed. You know what I mean? Like I was educated enough to realize that before making any moves. So I went from like immediate like, oh shit, I fucked up, to this actually let him cook. Let him cook. But then I found out you can cure education. If you cure ailments on a card, it removes their education also. So it's curable, just like poison or whatever. So I think that was kind of funny. You can only have one ailment. You can only have one equipment, but education was a separate thing from both of those, right? You could be, you know what I mean? So it's interesting, and I'm learning new stuff with this game constantly, and I like that. You know, I'm still in that like shiny new phase with this game, and that's a good phase to be in, especially with a roguelike. You know what I mean? You're learning through exploration. You're doing trial and error. You know, heavy emphasis on error, but you learn a little bit. You do a little better next time, maybe. That's fun. You know. Anyway, this is why chessboard's a little scary. Bishop and rook, right? Bishop is a necro, I do believe. Is it bishop pet? Yeah, bishop pet. Also dark blue to me. Yeah, I like that game. I will be playing it again. Maybe not next Tuesday. I might mix it up. Maybe I will play it next Tuesday. The Cure for Education. For real. It's fun. And Conscript X, was it you who brought up Nine Kings? Maybe I'll never play it again. Chilogan knows me too well. Chilogan's been a VIP around here for a long time, so Chilogan knows a thing or two, and it's true. It's true. I have a lot of games on my plate, and sometimes I move something aside to try something else, and then I forget all about the first thing. It's not because it was a bad game. It's just because I got distracted, and then distracted again, and then distracted again, and then I remember one of the earlier things, but it's not the thing you're thinking of. So it's basically another distraction. Nine Kings. That's one of those examples. I played it so long ago, there weren't even 9 kings yet. It was called Nine Kings, but a lot of the kings were still like, I don't even know if they had concept art for them, or you just couldn't even like hover over. But there seem to be more kings now, which I'm excited for. I gotta get back into that. EQ Mondays and Tuesdays, and also Wednesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, and I might be on a Saturday too. I've been doing so much egg hunt on TikTok and YouTube. It's spreading the word, right? We're getting we're sending the egg symbol. We're putting it up in the sky, and people are like, "What is going on here?" They say, "Is this a RuneScape mod for Roblox?" And I say, "It is not. This is called EverQuest. It's from the 1900s." I've not described it as from the 1900s yet, but I should, because it is. Yeah, I've been going live daily for the past like week over there. Even when I canceled the Tuesday, I did end up going live on Tuesday on TikTok and YouTube. Just know I usually don't have the mic and cam on. I'm just usually, you know, moving in silence. Just getting my grind on. I have put the mic and cam on. It might happen again, you know? In fact, it will. I just, you know, I gotta be in the right mood. I'm always in the right mood on a Monday. Rise and grind. I'm always in the right mood on a Thursday morning. Rise and grind. Of course, Sunday Swamptacular Splashfest 2026. Whatever you're thinking of, you crank it up. You turn it up to 11. You rip the knob off. You say, hey, that was a special knob. It went all the way to 11. Like shit, dude. I already threw that thing. It went that way. You know what I mean? The dude, don't worry, I'm keeping the Twitch streams very predictable. They're still the same schedule, 4 days a week on Twitch. But as far as YouTube and TikTok, I'm all over it. I'm all over the place. But you're in the Discord, you know. I'll always post the link in the stream going live chat over there, and because you know, I might be making a silent move as far as mic and cam, but I'm not trying to make a silent move as far as leaving you all in the dark of the egg hunt story, the egg hunt narrative, the overarching egg hunt, you know, adventure. What do we got here? Halfway through 13. It's a good place to be. We're approaching historic highs. And this kind of, you know, these kind of gains, they don't happen with just a couple times per week, right? You got to really put in the time. I set up probably on 50 hours of egg hunt, but I think we should probably actually do a count sometime. I could probably count it better than anybody else because there's a little delay right now between the Twitch streams and then when they go up on YouTube. I'm gonna blame distraction again. I'm not exactly sure how I got so far behind. I'm like a month behind, but there's no lost media. They haven't been had the med breaks cut out. They haven't had the pre-roll cut out. You know what I mean? They will go on YouTube. They will be a quality product. You know, I'm not trying to cut corners and release something subpar. They're still long streams. You know what I mean? It's the VOD, just without the med breaks that I'm not talking. If I talk through a med break, guess what? The med break's there. That's why I'm trying to coordinate my yapping with my playing. You know what I mean? That way the med break can be, you know, easily cut and make a better video at the end. Yeah, Palestine, what's going on? Why am I not hitting this thing? There it is. There it is. I have to challenge a PC to duel. Wow. Imagine accidentally doing that to a player and they're like, okay, and then one-shot me. That would be a terrible end to the egg. The dude, that is low. I said at least. There's no way it's only 50. I'll try to come up with a tally, and what do you guys think about like speed run timers on the screen? Do you think that'd be funny? Like some splits. You know what I mean? I think the splits will be like, I don't know. How long it takes to get the Scarab set. How long it takes to get dual wield or something. How long it takes to get the halberd. There's a few checkpoints, I feel like. And we'll make them up as we go. Every time we feel like we get an accomplishment. And then, of course, just keep the running tally of how many hours on Egg Hunt senior through current. You know what I mean? I feel like it's going to shock some people. But it'll also answer a lot of questions right off the rip. Because I do frequently get asked, how are you still low level? Right? Somebody will catch my stream and be like, how are you still low level? It's like, well, you see. It all starts back on Easter. Yeah, this new halberd's awesome. 100 plus hours. It could be Conscript X. When I said 50, I was being very like conservative with that guess. I wasn't trying to overestimate. Right? It's like the Price is Right. You want to get the closest without going over. I feel like I generally operate on Price is Right rules. You know. Did you know today's going to be 100 days of posting EQ PvP every day? Speaking of ridiculous hours sunk into love of the game over here, I I do love this game, and I'm cranking out the content like an actual EQ content machine. So if you don't know, if you're not, if you're like, what is he talking about? I don't know how. First of all, I don't know how you don't know, because I freaking talk about it all the time at Chewy with a Wookie. The links are in the chat. In fact, I don't shut up about it. If you've ever caught my stream before, I'm certain you've heard me say that I post EQ PvP clips on social media. You know, I do. Nobody asked me to. This is something, you know, nobody's forced my hand on this. It didn't have to be this way, but here we are. Day 100, you suspect will be a special one. I better be, right? You can't just, I can't just have a regular one for day 100. I already have one in mind. I've been teasing it for literal years. Conscript X, it exists. It exists. If you go to my social media, it's one of the pinned ones. It happened. It has not happened for Egghunt IX yet. It happened for Egghunt VII. Yeah. I killed a mage. Right here. Right here. Right at the zone line. Yep. He had gear. He had, you know what I mean? He jumped me, and I killed him. And then he killed me right back the next morning. Yep. Yep. Sun wasn't even up yet. I barely had, you know what I mean? It'd barely been 12 hours since I killed him. It is what it is, though. You know, I found that kind of unimmersive, but I'm an egg of principle. My yolk was spilt. So Egghunt VIII took over and made it all the way to the ripe old age of level 6 before I was run down in my prime. So much EverQuest ahead of me, run down by a South Speed Goblin right on Goblin Highway. You know, a couple path lengths away over there. And which led us, of course, to Egghunt. He should know better the 9th. And here we are. So it's still that wound is still fresh, actually. And that was at level 13, almost 14. You know what I mean? So, and it was about this time in the morning. Just keep all this stuff in mind. Keep all this stuff in mind. Right, we had a discussion about it because, so honestly, I was on TikTok and YouTube at the time. It was not a Twitch stream. I was live, and the TikTok chat was popping, and a few people in there were bringing up that it shouldn't count. You know, so I was like, let's take it to the community for a vote, because I had a feeling what you guys would feel, and I felt that way too. You know, that it should count, because I said my rules are very simple, right? I don't want to complicate my rules. Even though I felt like it was unimmersive, I didn't really like it. You know what I mean? Because I killed him. I mean, I don't like dying on Egghunt, period. I don't think I'm ever gonna like it. Losing to a player, you know, stings all that much worse. But as far as like a player that I just killed the night before, it's like, okay, let's ask the community what they think. And you know, we all agreed, delete that rotten egg. You know what I mean? It was time for a new one, which I'm cool with, because I love low level EQ. I've said it before, and I feel like I've really put my money where my mouth is on that topic with the Egghunt run. You know what I mean? I've said I love low level EQ, but I feel like I've proven I love low level EQ. Every time I delete, I prove it. Lucky breaks this time, yes. So, I don't know why I'm getting dual wield skill ups with a shield equipped. It does not make sense to me. That's a bug, right? Straight up. That should not be happening. But that's not what dual wield. Right? Dual wield is literally having 2 weapons. That's weird. But anyway, I'd like to think that we're on top of the luck. We're gonna add a little bit of skill here, right? The skills to pay the bills. The skills got me a shiny brass shield. And save magic. It's not much, but it's honest work. You know what I mean? I put that on last night when I got jumped by a ranger, and I'd like to think it helped me make it all the way to the zone line, even with the snare, even with the roots. You know, I made it. I lived, and here we are. You know, I bravely retreated. Okay, I took the tactical advantage, if you will, and I lived to tell the tale. Bow quest meet shield quest, right? The funny thing is I didn't even have a one-hand weapon, so I straight up took my halberd off, put the shield on, and no sword and board, just board. I ran for the zone line, just board, and I made it. You know, Brad bless. It ain't pretty, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Struggle quests and all, you see. I think my archery might be at cap. Or it's 69. Nice. Oh, it's at cap. I'm doing a lot better with the skills this run, I would say. In fact, I'll work on it. So now I'm the fast one. So it wouldn't make sense for me to kite this thing. I'd be taking the speed to the Beatles fight in that case. I mean, I guess I could kite for the bash, which I should be doing instead of kick in this situation. But you know, I don't care. We're just gonna stand here. The shield's helping. My AC is like monstrous, 290. Watch out. One thing about the shield, though, the light source, it might make me complacent. You know what I mean? When I don't have the shield on, if I see a glow in the valley, I know there's big trouble. Already surpassed it? What, for XP for the day? Or what? But yeah, seeing the glow might make me complacent, and I might not notice a new glow appear. Oh, HP and armor class. I mean that's all I get. I'm a warrior. Instead of having all the nifty bells and whistles, I have the things you mentioned. A little bit of HP and armor class, and I get that damage mitigation, right? 10%. Probably the most important thing a warriors get to make them the raid take of choice. Dwarven stats are also OP, right? I know I'm stout. I'm stout over here. A sturdy egg. I should watch out for Zarchumi, right? I'm over in Zarchumi Hills. That could be bad. I could still end a run, I think. Couple green bazzies. I did just pull a goblin. Looking around. But at least some high greens. I don't think Zarchumi's up right now. I think there was like a quake or something finally, right? It looked like the vendors got reset sometime last week. I say it was a quake finally, like it was recent. It was like last week, which for in the scheme of Red, not having a quake for months, I would say that's recent. You know, every time blue and green got one, Red was not, which is strange. Like they forgot we exist. Where the whole world resets. The screen will literally shake, and it'll be like some text about, you know, the ground shakes beneath your feet or something, and it lets you know that everything's repopping. So you could go, you know, it's something they added for blue and green, so they had stuff to go raid, like on the weekends or whatever. Just shake things up, if you will. And they're supposed to do them on all the servers at the same time, not to leave anybody out, but they've been leaving us out. The dude, you bring up an excellent point. They let us know that they remember Red exists with a poop emoji. Right, to simulate old server downtime and restarts. Thank you, Chilogan. Raid targets do get reset on their own, but not enough. They need more raid targets, okay? It's a need conscript. I'm laughing about it. I think it's funny, you know? I'm surprised they haven't, like, put the sleeper back to sleep for people yet. You know what I mean? To simulate, appeasing crybabies or something. You know what I mean? I'm really surprised. The way they be appeasing. Right. Well, I've got one best in slot. What about second best in slot? You got to experience the sleeper on THJ. Hey, nice. Wheel 20. Right, 30-second repops are always fun. There's even some instant pops, right? Forager cycle, hunter cycle. As soon as the first one dies, the next one spawns, right? I do believe. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Look at this. We got another player in my level range, you guys. Conscript, I'm with you. You can't pay me enough to raid an EQ. I've been there. I've lived that life. This is, you know what I mean? No offense to people who raid. I'm not trying to, you know, yuck your yum or whatever. But as far as, for me, personally, I've been there. I've done that. I've lived that life. Just like trade skills, I'm not eager to emulate the experience. I'm happy with my memories. What I don't have old memories of, well, I mean, they're old now because I've been playing RED99. I started in 2010 originally. That was a long time ago. But as far as like original retail EverQuest, my memories don't include PvP. So that's what I'm having fun emulating. You know what I mean? I did the raiding thing. Now I'm doing the PvP thing. Some people didn't do the rating thing before, so this is their first time and they're loving it, and I think that's great for them. You know what I mean? You can tell me all about it. Not too much, because I might start like tuning it out and be like, okay, yes. If I say that's crazy like 3 times in a row, I'm probably not paying attention. Follow and Melody, send a text when the raid's over. Yeah, right? Let me know if it's time for me to spend DKPs. Anyway, nerd alert. I guess I can regen my endurance a little bit. Got a half hour left in the stream. I mean, if I gotta just hug the zone line for a half hour, I'll do what I gotta do. As long as I get to hang out with you guys, chat it up. That's time well spent. Not like I'm going. It's not like I'm speed running egg hunt or anything. I probably will. We will turn on splits and stuff once I figure out how to work that technology. Listen, if anybody knows how to do that, if any speed running, you know, OBS users or even Streamlabs, I do have Streamlabs. I've been using that for TikTok and YouTube, and I might just switch over to Streamlabs. Period. I kind of like some of the features. It took me a while to figure out how to get the green screen to work. I was using the wrong filter. Chroma key and color key are different things. I didn't know that. Thought it was the same thing, just a different name. Anyway, where was I going with this? Right. If anybody knows how to do speed run like time splits as an overlay, hit me up. Hit me up in the Discord. I gotta pick your brain because I got something in mind. Something to make the egg hunt journey a little more interesting, perhaps. Endurance is full. HP is full. What do you think? Go to bandits or something? Go to Crushbone or something? What do you think? Or no, we stay here. He wants us to go to Crushbone. And Beatles and Unrest are waiting. Yeah, that's true. It's a whole world out there. A whole world out there. So I said I wanted to get a cloudy potion before I left for Unrest. 2, one for the way there, one for the way back, just so I can fully avoid any sort of freaking goblin, aqua goblin shenanigans. You know what I mean? Yeah, the undead I won't be able to hit. But I might get my first magic weapon there, right? I think the Lesser Blade Fiend could be hit. I would have to really be pretty powerful to make it through all that undead to pull it, and then get lucky with a split, not get ghoul rooted to death. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like ifs and thens. I see him. I can't target him. There he is. He's coming right at me. He's coming right at me. I resisted 2 roots. Let's fucking go. Well, we know he has the Earth Pet now. Whatever, dude. Egghunt IX. He should know better. Dragoon Dirk. Good question. I think that'll still take me some time too, to be real. So anyway, this magician's been using the air pet pretty much exclusively until now. Now we've seen an earth pet. You think so? Yeah, oh yeah. I know. Zillin, I play here too. I got some 60s here that are not. So this is, if you think that's crazy, did you know I'm also playing hardcore solo self-found? You can't de-level epic anymore? Not even a rogue? Oh, pfft. So we fought. I'm Chewy What a Wookie, representing Flowers of Happiness. We probably ran into each other in the bloody battlefields of Guck. Every epic has a level requirement now. Really? When did they add that? Almost a decade at this point. I mean, that's how long I was gone. Probably right after I quit. Retired. hotel was full, so I'm come back. Okay, so that might have been right after I left, to be honest. But I don't know if that checks out. I feel like the guild was already disbanded. You know, long before that. To be honest, they didn't last long. Maybe they got reformed right before Velius. Yeah, they must have got reformed then, because they were all griefed off the server in like 2010. I definitely had a hand in that. No offense to your crew, your trash crew. For real. But yeah, Gong Show, trash. All trash. Just getting started over here. You know I gotta talk a little shit. Of course. It's EQ PvP after all. We're all EQ enjoyers enjoying EQ. I'm just, you know, having a chuckle. You know, it's all in good fun. We had nice chewing less Holocaust is involved. Right. Or, there's a few guilds that'll get, they'll get old Chewy to poke his head from around the corner, and you know, no, it's it's all good. We had some real brutal battles in 2010 for real. The early days, you know, for the control of the swamp is very important, and then control of J boots. That was probably like day 2 or day 3. Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying, like, the whole guild got like disbanded in 2010 for cheating. So like, if I talk trash and call people trash and all that stuff, it's, you know, I have my reasons, but I am nice Chewy now, and I try to be understanding that we're all EverQuest enjoyers enjoying EverQuest and things we did and said and over a decade ago, you know? We shouldn't hold too much. Being banned is a rite of passage on P99. Yeah, well, I didn't do nothing. I don't think my ban should count. You know, I don't suggest anybody follow that fucking rite of passage that I did, because I don't even know what happened. I retired in good standing, right? Like a decade ago, right? I guess it was right before Velius, or some years before Velius. It was during the stale Kunark era, where there was really not much going on the server, other than, you know, Sirkin running wild, completely unchecked piece of shit. He was, you know. I'm of course referring to disgraced XGM Sirkin. Maybe you've heard of him. He was, you know, he sucked. So I retired. I was in good standing. I came back after I heard, you know, things had changed over here. Not only did we have Velius at some point while I was gone, but Sirkin finally got ousted. Yeah, you heard about that? That's what he's not. That's his legacy now. He totally, like, he vanished for a while. I think Rogan gave him a green name again. Frankenbean says it was feet pics. Really? I would love some more, info on this story. Actually, you know what? I've seen the whole paste bin, but I don't know if the pics themselves were actually in there. But there's a whole, like, it was like a sting operation. You know, they really got him. There's a theory he's still a GM, just under a new alias these days. Well, he must not have too many powers, or else I'd probably be already shut down by now, huh? Because I won't stop talking shit. Anyway, I just didn't like that guy. You know, I have my reasons. I'm over here, head on a swivel. I'm looking for this magician. Where are you at, though? Where are you at, though? You think he went to Crushbone? You think he thinks I'm over there? How would he know? Right? You see a level 13, you're like, oh, he must be at Crushbone. Oh, He's casting a spell. I'm so sick of gnomes. I'm not even kidding. Like, they're so hard to target. There he is. There he is. He went invisible, though. Bring him out. Bring him out. There he is. There he is. Come on, shiny brass shield. Don't fail me now. Shiny brass shield. What was I just saying? Oh, not failing me. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. I'm wearing the shield. Oh, stunned. Rooted. I guess not. It would appear not. My big resists over here. Big resists. Come on. Big resist. Huge resist. Let's fucking go. That should get me there. That should get me over the line. I told you, I'll stay here for a half hour. Almost choking on my coffee. Yeah, the mage pet is relentless. The mage is also pretty relentless. Got the guards on him at least. Yeah, yeah. He died last time he tried it. We saw him corpse running later. Maybe he died this time too. Anyways, we got some good XP this morning. I started the stream less than a bubble in. We're more than halfway through the level now. I mean, that's solid gains for an egg like me. Nobody said struggle quest would be easy, right? I gotta remind us all of that fact frequently. Good monies, good monies. Maybe I buy a couple more arrows. Oh yeah, I'm buying arrows while we're here. The handouts. What handouts? These wonderful adventures. I don't know why I bought 19 there. Oh, nice even numbers here. All right, wonderful. amount of arrows. A solid showing. Maybe get a little more milk and rations while we're here. But, you know, why not? Why not? We're just living it up in Felwith. This is a nice spot to be. I like this zone. There's 3 players in my level range online. Did you know this? For some reason I thought he had food. What am I thinking of? Beyond Fadewar, right? That's the place with food. Is that on the whole other side? Fumbling around Felwith. I think I want to bank. Let's bank some bone chips or something. I don't know. There's the place. It's on the other side. You know me, I like my even numbers. Let's get 14 milks. Got 7, what are these? Regular rations. I'm on a budget. I'm watching my figure. One or the other. Maybe a mix. I could sell this earring, but it's so fashionable. I could have sold that instead of my sewing kit, right? When I was like 1 gold short of the halberd. At least I didn't sell any arrows. At least I didn't sell my hammer. Conscript X, yeah. Early 2000s were fun. That's the early 2000s. We're just gonna start over here. If you want, I could go mess around on an alt or something. If you want more action than this, because I don't think this guy's gonna zone over to me. And I don't think I'm gonna zone over to him. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem productive. Maybe when I'm full HP. 98 cents a gallon gas. I know, it's different times. The funny thing is so I got my first pizza delivery job. Probably like 2004 or 5. And I remember gas ended up just climbing and climbing and climbing, and I ended up quitting my first pizza delivery job because I couldn't afford it. I seen him. Nerd alert. This guy, I didn't actually get yellow text on. So I don't even, if Egghunt the 7th had been killed by this guy and not the one I had killed 12 hours before, it wouldn't even been a discussion. Because, you know, no yellow text equals nothing happened. You know, he's obviously not playing hardcore. That's fine, you know. I'm not here to force anybody to play by my rule set. I'm not no res necessary, you know what I mean? They wanted to be treated as a special case, and I'm just, you know, I'm just Egghunt. Wrong mage, right. I almost got him though. There is a clip. You can see I come very close to killing this guy. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm like, I got a hotkey. I got to make a hotkey to target this guy. Already have it. I got to put it on my hotbar. Already there. I've been ready for this guy. He's offline now. Good. A sense of security. There's surely nothing false about this. Let's go. A good supply run to fell with, you know? Brad bless. Gotta do what we gotta do. Protecting the egg and all. The dude, I've watched the stream. Who would want to do that? No, I'm just kidding. I hope everybody watches the stream, you know? Love it. Love it. Otherwise, I'd have nobody to do my /rudes at. And be like, hey, you hating in the back, not saying anything. This one's for you, you know? You know I love that shit. Anyways, let's see what we can get into. The dude, you got it right. Some of them might even be on a watch streak. They just don't celebrate it like me and you do. You know? Thank you again. 100 right in time for the 100 days of QPVP clips. It's a beautiful thing. Reasonably safe. Upper hand. Reasonably safe. Oh yeah, both 100 on the same day? Really? That is weird. Hell yeah. You're a real one, the dude. That's dedication. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? I never you know, really thought about streaks until they added it as a feature, right? When they started keeping track of it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, I do my best to keep streaks going on the channels I like to watch. And it's tough. It can be tough. So I really appreciate you you know, making it happen. We'll see how high we can get that streak. You know, I'll stay consistent, the dude. You know, my schedule is set in stone. It's like clockwork. An EverQuest content machine. If they don't make VODs public, it's almost impossible. That's true. That's true. I always forget that you could keep it alive with the VOD. Because usually, I don't want to say usually, but yeah, not everybody got VODs. That's true. That's true. Let's see if anybody's out here. No other in-range players. So there was one other besides the mage. When I hit that button, it said 3 for a little bit there. I didn't really clock who it was. Should have examined that list a little better. Right, if you play music, you'll catch a copyright claim. Right, right. I have the VODs up, and I don't play music. And I'm thinking about maybe one day playing music, so that, you know, could be a problem. Oh, right. Chilogan's right. Chilogan would know, because he's playing music all the time. They just mute it now. That's true. There was a point in time, though, where they would punish you. I remember that. They'd give you the like, strike or whatever, and you'd have to, like, remedy it. Right, there's royalty-free music. That's true. Right, muting my VOD would take away the thing that makes the Twitch stream different from the YouTube or the TikTok streams that I'm doing. Because I'm always yapping in the Twitch stream. So if you're coming here for that, you're gonna be missing out. And if you don't like that, well, there's a mute button always. You can just hit that yourself. Maybe some people do, you know? So that's why I'll raise my glass, and you know, they get it, they see it. My mug. Damn, it's almost time for me to go. So I've been doing like extra long streams lately. Like yesterday, I got so wrapped up in the Royal Writ, I played for like almost an hour past my normal end time. At least a half hour, maybe not almost an hour, but I was on a roll. I lost track of time. I can't lose track of time this morning. I gotta go at 8. You know, that's soon. That's very soon. So if I can kill one more thing before the end of the stream, that would be terrific. If I can't, it is what it is. At least we'll be in a position for next time, I think. But I think let's try. Let's try. Get like a beetle. Let's get a little beetle in us. Maybe even a drake. I'm feeling saucy. We can go for a drake right now if I see one. Even a crag elder, whatever. Chicken dinner. I just need to finish. Well, there we go. Zoning is the scariest thing sometimes. You never know. Where is it? Where is he? Saw a nice little drake over here. Upper hand on a skelly will take it. There's the drake. Pulling itself for me. Right. Rit was fun, honestly. Like at first I was thinking it might be a little too simple. You know what I mean? It seems so simple, but that's just the hallmark of a good game, I think. You know what I mean? They ramp up the difficulty in a way that, you know, it keeps you hooked. It was supposed to be simple. I was just getting started. And then it starts getting a little more, you know, your plays start to mean something. You're thinking 2 or 3 turns ahead. It's fun. I can't wait to play more. And I know I keep bringing it up. 9 kings. I want to dust off 9 kings. I want to try out some of the new kings. Try to get. I was achievement hunting in that one. I only needed a couple achievements, and now I'm sure I need a lot of achievements. Because usually you add new characters and stuff, you're adding new achievements to go with them. Do you think I face tank him? Not normally how I do it. Well, let's try it out. Now that I got a mighty 290 AC. Alright, I'm not liking the face tank. To be real. I'm gonna be real with you. Face tanking ain't doing it for me. Ugh. Stop shooting me. Alright, yeah, definitely last pull. I gotta get going. 7:59. There's barely enough time to lead a raid at the end of the stream. You know I like to do that. It's tradition. It's a tradition around here. And the one-hand slash skill up style. And the dual wield skill ups, which I'm standing by my earlier statement. That's a bug. There's no reason I should be getting dual wield with a shield. Right? It's not. It's literally not dual wielding. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm gonna get a little HP back while we set this raid up. Just a little bit. I don't think I got time to med to full. I had a great time hanging out with you on this fine Thursday morning rise and grind session, as we always do. You know what I mean? It's one of my favorites. Right up there with the Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2026, which is this weekend. Of course, it's every weekend. It's every Sunday. I don't know if I stress that fact enough. It's a weekly thing. And it's the biggest EQ stream on the Chewy What a Wookie channel. Or the Big League Chewy, whatever. Whatever channel. Thanks for hanging out. Who we raiding? Somebody's playing Legend. Somebody's playing Frost Reaver. Somebody's playing... I don't know what server this is. All sorts of servers over here. All right. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to go see Bro Annie. Catch you next time. Peace.